American Cornhole Organization. Yeah, it's a real thing since 2005. Find out how to play, where to play, and compete nationwide. Scan now to join the ACO family at AmericanCornhole.com. The ACO. We are Cornhole.
Around here, light can bring out the best in you. It can make you believe you'll find the buried treasure. Tempt you to bet on yourself. Convince you there's room for one more bite. And beg you to stay out way past your bedtime. Don't say we didn't warn you. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
Hey, what do you say, Holeheads? Welcome to Taco Tuesday. Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude. There it is. Here's to you. We're going to start first thing. We're going to hop around a little bit here. We're going to start first things first, and that is for all of those of you who were affected or know somebody who was affected by the insane weather that's been ripping across the country here, particularly Cooksey. I know your boy Timothy Hodgkiss Turtle and his family in desperate need of help. I know there's different GoFundMe sort of things going on, some tournaments and different things going on. Spread that word. If we can help spread that word for you to help Turtle and his family, we absolutely want to do that. But for those of you, I know, and I saw the Irvins talking about just north of Sykeston, there was some crazy stuff going on. When you see the scar that was left across the face of the earth from these storms, it's really amazing that more were not affected, and maybe there's more that we don't know about. But if anybody needs any help, put that word out there. If we can share it and help you get to where you need to be, we absolutely want to do that. And please stay safe, because obviously we are just getting into the nuts of this weather around this time of the year. So whether it was Missouri or parts of Arkansas, Western Kentucky, who just keeps taking it time and time again, and up the Ohio River, know that we got your back. If you need us to share something or get the word out, let me know. We'll figure out a way to get that done.
Yeah, Finn, I don't know. I mean, it seems like that whole Tornado Alley thing has kind of shifted a little bit too. I'm not sure if that's a fact, a scientific fact, but it really does feel like it's moved a little bit.
I don't know. It's weird because I was trying to tell my mom, who lives in Florida, it seems like this, where we are here in Cincinnati in Southwest Ohio, we're getting this thing that comes in down from north of the border. When we get it this way, we get it coming up this way from the Gulf of whatever, and then you come in this way outside off the Atlantic Ocean. This seems to be
all just
it's like that sweet spot. It's literally the perfect storm for whatever reason this year. So again, let us know how we can.
I had to laugh at Gulf of whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And hey, Aaron and Kayla and who else is online? And Sing, Kaylin, good to have you guys up with us here. We are going to be talking about the World Championships coming up here in just a few minutes, but we wanted to throw that weather message out there to anybody that needs to hear it and know that we got you as best we can. The other hot topics we're going to get to, like I said, we're going to jump around a little bit, is the Welcome Bash is brand new. It's a great opportunity to get out and see someplace very, very, very new to Branson, Missouri. We'll tell you about that. Well, let's talk about it now. How about this? Michael Ballard's Full Throttle Distillery and Bar and Grill. Now, Michael Ballard, you may know from the Full Throttle Saloon in Sturgis, South Dakota. They've got distilleries around 4 or 5 different places. I believe Deadwood, Colorado, a handful of others. The newest one just newly opened.
Brand new, baby.
In Branson, baby. And it is right there off the corner. If you remember coming out of the convention center It's right there. I think it's Sycamore in Maine, I think. But it's right there on that corner by the convention center. So if you turn
it's the
right,
first place you come to.
Yeah, you'd be going down towards the river. And if you go left, you'd be going up the hill. It's right there. You can't miss it. This place is gorgeous. And Michael Ballard, a good guy, the Full Throttle Saloon folks, the Saloon Shine that you're going to have the opportunity to be tasting. We're going to be there from during the happy hour on.
It starts at 3. Go 3 to 6 is a happy hour, but we're welcoming ACO players there for the entire evening. Come, we're going to have a board set up. There's not going to be an official tournament there. It's more like a welcome bash, Finn. They have, I forget how many flavors of shine they've got there. Sloan Shine, you say?
Sloon Shine.
Sloon Shine.
Full Throttle Sloon. Well, here, I'll tell you a couple of them. Let's see.
Cafe. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, there was
coffee flavor.
Watermelon, vanilla, strawberry, peppermint, peach margarita, regular peach, regular margarita.
Sloan Shine watermelon sounds pretty good.
Cafe,
I've not tried that one.
blackberry, butterscotch, apple pie, and apple, just to name a few. So, yeah, Michael Ballard's Full Throttle Distillery and Bar and Grill there. It is going to be awesome. It still has that new distillery bar and grill smell. So we'll be there. 3 to 6 is the happy hour. We're looking forward to partnering up with them. More coming with regard to everything that's happening in Branson, our final Pro Series and Skins event of the season. But we just wanted you to make sure you made a note to plan to check it out. You can't miss it. It's right there.
Couple other folks chiming in here. We got CBC in the house right now. Looks like we got Pensacola Baggers in the house.
Nice.
Ryan Smith checking in. Appreciate you guys.
Right on. Let's go.
Share it and love it, man.
Let's see. And what else would I want to mention? Oh, yeah. The regional rewind you saw early on. You'll get to see it again a little later on. But appreciate East Mississippi Cornhole, David Vaughn, Northern Hoosier Baggers, Ryan Smith, 865 Cornhole, Craig Callahar, and Redneck Cornhole Baggers, Shane Heater. Appreciate you submitting those photos, and we'll go through and run through those again. The rewind is an opportunity to tip our hat to regionals that you're throwing out there, and we are getting down to it, literally and figuratively, to the end of the season. I think some places are hosting their last regionals maybe this week.
It's coming close, man. To wrapping up here, less than like you said, 10 days. Whatever.
Absolutely. This weekend we'll get to Phil's picks here at the end of the taco as well. The Mississippi Ninja has his thoughts on who you're going to have to beat when it comes to Camp Margaritaville. We'll get to that here in a moment. Just a reminder that the streaming that we run from Center Court this weekend, Punta Gorda, anything moving forward, long-term streaming is going to be on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you've bookmarked that. Make sure you share it. Make sure you've liked it, subscribe to it, do all of that stuff. Ring that bell for notifications just like you did to bring this up. William Irvine, let's go. What else? Oh, and we were talking about social media. We've got our Facebook page. We've got our Season 20 Players Facebook page. Ways to get the messaging out. If you are opted in to the phone push text database, you should have received right at your thumb tip about an hour and a half ago, a link to the Worlds page, which is going to continue to be updated
all the time
with more and more detail, but it gives you an opportunity to click on that, bookmark it, and have it right there at your thumb tip. Now, we are going to be getting rid of this particular service and replacing it with another one come Season 21, but for now, go in there, click on that, bookmark that page, and the updates for the Worlds as we get closer will all be right there on that page.
Yeah, I mean, the key to that, Finn, is really that's going to be heavily updated over the next 2 to 3 weeks as we end this season, roll to our top 40, our top 20, everything that we've got going on, the details to the World Championships, whether it's purses, hotels are already out there. The schedule we're going to be talking about this evening, that'll be out there shortly. So lots of good stuff, and that is for, like you said, people to bookmark that and be able to come back and reference it as we get closer and closer to the World.
We just wanted you to have that at your thumb tips, and as we promised, we weren't going to blow you up with messages. We just wanted you to have that one because we know as you get closer to Worlds, you're going to want to know more and more about it as well. You saw in the open there more about the National Senior Games, which apparently it's going gangbusters.
It's going really good. I actually... they called me the other day. It looks like we're closing in on 96 co-ed teams, I think.
Wow.
96 co-ed teams in the seniors, man. And this year, I think I saw already on the roster, Finn, there was like 3 or 4 people closing in on 100 years age that are going to be competing in this thing. So it is a lot of fun. Excited to be in Des Moines.
Yes. Des Moines, Iowa in August. That's going to be right first part of August, right after
Des Moines,
the Worlds.
Iowa.
I know you and LaBelle
You know,
are going to
Sonia's
be.
from Des Moines. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
No, she was only there for a year. I went there for a short time.
What do you mean she's not from there?
Well, she was from there for a short period.
she stopped in for a cup of coffee in Des Moines, and you happened to meet her there. So good stuff there. Also, you saw the opening too. Every time I see those promos for Canada, I'm like, can I go now? I just want to go now. I want to do all of the things in those promos, in those videos now. I want to go kayaking. I want to play golf. I want to be by that windmill, lighthouse. I want to do all of those things. I want to eat oysters. I don't even know if I like oysters, but I want to do that. Anyway, season 21, 2 stops in Prince Edward Island, Canada, just north of Nova Scotia. Can't wait. So make your plans. The season 21 schedule will be announced not too far from now. We're finalizing a few things, so you can start making your plans, some new cities and some new stuff. We'll have new bag partners in the coming season, but we're celebrating our current bag partners out front, as we always do, and across the scroll at the bottom of the screen. So as always, we invite you just to continue to participate, engage in our different social channels, in the streaming, anything. Again, bring your Nathan Menifee. Hello, everyone. Hello, Nathan Menifee. Feel free to bring in any thoughts or however you'd like to engage through the social media. We mentioned the Regional Rewind. You'll see those photos again afterward. Monster Cornhole, it's time to get the update.
Hey, Monster Cornhole just keeps doing what it's doing. It keeps growing. I think we didn't. I don't think we cleared 3,000 just yet. I think we're like 2 players shy of 3,000 now. So it is exciting where it's going. We're already behind the scenes making tweaks to the launch of season 2, but right now we're in the thralls of season 1, and excited to see all these players battling for the top here. Who knows who's going to win it? There's still 5 weeks left for Monster. But somebody's going to go home with the number 1 prize. Somebody's going to be representing Monster at the World Championships.
Yeah, and I keep bringing this up each time. Again, you said season 1. Well, this is season 1, but there's 2 seasons in this calendar year. First one ends at the end of June. Next one goes July 1 to the end of December. Then we do it all over again. And it was, I think it was LaBelle and Ben from Scoreholio were on the Big Asp
that's great.
Corncast, and it was funny because at some point LaBelle sent it to me, and he goes, "Hey man," and this is what,
pretty good
in my head. This is how I read his text. "Hey man, check it out." So I checked it out, and about 10 minutes in, I'm like, "When do you get to talk?" But Ben, at the very end, he slung in there and he goes, "Hey, you guys, because they were talking about the handicapping system and a lot of things that are going on." And LaBelle was giving some history about different things with cornhole and talking about breaking down certain parts of it. But then at the end, Ben circled back around and tipped his hat to Monster Cornhole because they were talking about ways to get your groundswell players and your eye-level players and your neighborhood players engaged and involved in cornhole. So if you are a CO, certified official director, then you're trying to build your audience for your regionals and for different tournaments, Monster may be a great way to do that, even though you don't have to be a member of any particular organization to play and get points in Monster Cornhole. So it was kind of cool to hear that at the end, and thanks to the guys at Big Asp for including them and having a pretty cool episode. It was a little over an hour they spent with them.
We're gonna be pretty busy, Finn. I'm gonna get you over here too when I'm doing all the fulfillment with the team on all the prizes.
I'm out of town that month.
850 prizes we've got to fulfill there in early July, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh man, when did you say that was? Early July.
We'll broadcast. We'll stream live as we fulfill.
I will do the commentary of them packing and shipping boxes. It should be fascinating. Anyway, the cookbook is out. It's about that time to get the grills out nationwide, not just down south and out west, nationwide. Get those grills out. Get whatever it is that you use for your summer cookouts, whether you're a tailgater or whatever it is that you are. Get out there and let us know if you've got the cookbook, let us know that. If you've made anything out of the cookbook, let us know. Shoot us some pictures. Taco at AmericanCornhole.com. Want to see what you're making. Was there something that you made that you put a twist on? We have recipes in there from ACO members, staffers, whatnot. Margaret's in there. I think Ken's in there.
Yeah, there's a number of them. AT Klinger's in there.
AT.
So I would tell everybody, too, that if you can get a recipe pulled to the side, keep it in the drawer, because when we come for a second edition of this book, which I think is going to come out someday, you'll be prepared to add your recipe to the Cornhole cookbook.
And we're talking to you if you're across the pond, too. We want to get some British and UK and international flavor in there as well. So if you have a food, maybe it's a pasty recipe that you've got that you make when you go out to football matches or whatever it is that you do beforehand. I know the Par Inn, they make all kinds of different food that they put out over the course of the weekend. So if you've got a recipe that you're fond of, John Stein's, I got to figure you've got a host of them, and I have a feeling you might be that introductory page of the next edition if things go well, and I think that they will. Whole Nation Shot of the Week will be back next week after we roll out of Camp Margaritaville. Congratulations to our survey winners. Appreciate you guys taking the time to fill out the surveys. We talk about how important that is. But for Mobile, Pete Kistner out of Mississippi, appreciate you. Congratulations. And SoFi, how about Todd Gammon stepping in there? He filled out
I
his
saw
survey.
him as a winner. I'm like, way to go, Todd.
Nicely done.
That's all
So he's
right,
got
man.
a free singles and doubles registration coming up, $120 value. I know that makes you happy. Gotta love that. And then we have our other giveaway for being one of the first 100 to register for Camp Margaritaville. 2 winners. That's Freddie Collier of Florida and Elena Gonzalez from Kansas. So you guys will have bags waiting for you, mystery bags that are ACO stamped and approved when you get to Margaritaville. But let's talk a little bit about season 20. I want to make sure I pull this up. And thanks again for joining us here on the ACO YouTube channel. Let's talk about this schedule. There's a couple different little tweaks, but it is very similar to what you've become accustomed to for the sake of your planning.
Yeah, there's, we've made a couple little tweaks, like you said, but a lot of it is the same because last year went so smooth and was so well run by the team that was there.
Knock, knock.
Hey, don't knock my glasses either.
Yeah, oops.
But no, we're excited because, Finn, last year was the first year that on that Monday we did the State Slider Cup. And I cannot wait to run that again. That was really put on by Whitney and the team. Whitney Garner kind of helped pull that whole thing together. So excited about, I guess it's as soon as this season ends, we'll be able to name the team captains.
Yep.
So they can go out and recruit the players that are going to compete in that, the top 8 players.
And so that's your
that
look. There's Monday, so we'll get going around, early in the morning, get up and get going. And if you're getting there earlier on the weekend, we'll have some other stuff going on here and there we'll tell you about. But as far as the formal schedule that you're really going to want to know, and we will put this out through the CO page, and then they will be able to share that with everyone. So if you are a COD, make sure that you are on the lookout for this schedule. It'll be out there. We will make, a couple of tweaks here and there as we go, but it gives you a good sense of how to start planning.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So State Slider is really the main focal point, and then the Welcome Bash on Monday the 21st. We roll to Tuesday. It's an early door. It's 8 a.m., but there'll be people waiting to get in when the doors are open. But that's when the tailgater really gets kicked off. And what is it, 8 tournaments a day?
8 tournaments a day. The one big thing, and this changes every day, so we only need to talk about it on a Tuesday because it flows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with the tailgaters. But the one little tweak we did was we changed the timing of the last 2 tailgaters. So players didn't have to play into midnight. They could be done by 11 o'clock. So that's an important thing. If you are a tailgater fan and you want to play in the tailgaters, realize the last 2 tailgaters of the day last 3 really, take place at 4:30. Then there's a 5:30 and then there's a 6:30.
Right. Yeah.
But that's awesome. And Finn, we also have the player of the season's playoffs there and all the different divisions. That's a pretty cool thing that takes place
And
there.
it's getting down to it, right, for player of the season. We talked about that the last couple of weeks on the taco here, but it's really getting down to the nitty and the gritty with regard to that. But the Bring Your Own Partner Blind Draw Quads is in there. The Slider Cup Open and the non-pro divisions are in there. And then the World's Big Blind Draw, and then an Open Big Blind Draw, all of that on Tuesday. And that right there would be a week's worth of activity. But that's just Tuesday.
It's a pretty busy day, man.
So we segue then into Wednesday. Again, women's doubles, seniors doubles, juniors doubles, as you become accustomed to, bang, bang, bang. But it's kind of cool to see those doubles teams roll out at the Worlds.
Well, and another great thing about this year's World Championships, nothing wrong with what's going on in Owensboro. When we've been in Owensboro, love the setup there. But the cool thing about this year, Finn, is we're all on one level with this.
Yeah.
So 100,000 square feet, over some odd boards will be set up. The tailgate zone will be basically sitting right next to center court and all the other 80 courts that will be set up to play on. So it is going to be one heck of a bash.
Yeah, it is going to be a hive of activity, and you won't have to turn around far to find some good competition, and you won't have to travel far to get to your next set of boards, Ferg. So then we'll have more tailgaters going on, women's singles, seniors, and junior singles, all built into Wednesday. The co-ed doubles bracket kicks off at 4:30. Then we get into this is the buy-in skins. And this was huge last year. And again, Jonathan Nail, more power to you, man. Congratulations on getting in there and really hammering it, no pun intended, when it came down to the big cache.
Yeah, and full details of that one will be coming out, but that's the time slot that we're going to put that in, Finney.
Yeah, and the World Co-ed Championship match will be on Wednesday there as well. We segue and roll into Thursday, again, early door. We got the doubles RPI happening. We're going to be rolling right out of the chute with that. Tailgaters are all going to be going on, and again, on the same level of where we are. So it should be really easy to stay in communication with who you need to, from an admin point to everybody and to, amongst one another for the players. Your tiers in doubles 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be happening on Thursday. The Skins Pro Exhibition Top 16 on center court going to be happening. Singles RPI starts later in the afternoon. But I mean, look at the Certified Official Shootout is going to be happening. Junior Singles Championship match, the Senior Singles Championship match, the Women's Singles Championship match, all of that. And look at these times. I mean, this is going to be humming.
These days are packed with a lot of great content, a lot of great cornhole competition. It's a fun deal, man. Remember, and I know we say this every year, I just want to reiterate it while we're talking to the audience right now, Finn, is that if you are playing in a tournament at the time, please do not go play in a tailgater. The tailgaters are reserved if you're out of a tournament and you've got nothing to do. Come enjoy the tailgater zone.
And we have a new thing this year, since it's all on the same level. If you do that, we have installed various trapdoors around the arena. And you will be asked to come over and stand on the X for an interview, and then you will be dropped through a trapdoor if you violate that rule.
There it is.
That's not true. Anyway, all right, let's roll to Friday. Earlier door on Friday, 7:30 and I know you'll be waiting in line. But yeah, the tier singles will be happening. The doubles championship bracket's going on. All the tailgaters, as we said. The whole nation, this is new this year, the whole nation Tat Crew tournament.
Well, we tested it out a little bit last year. So we ran it a little bit last year. So now it's fully out there. Now there's a couple more people for sure that are going to be competing in it.
I guess that's what I should say. It's bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
Not necessarily new, but it was something that they were playing around with last year and got a good vibe on it and wanted to do it bigger and better this year. And that's going to bump right up into the Lifer Championships as well. I unfortunately will be otherwise occupied that day, so no one has to be paired with me, I promise. But what else? Oh, the Adaptive Championships also on Friday around 5 o'clock.
Around 5-ish.
It looks like we've got that set up. We're going to have awards split now over 2 days.
That's a new thing. That's a new thing that we're trying to do there too, is because we have so many people that are deserving and winning of these awards, and the ceremony ends up lasting, an hour and a half to get through giving all these awards away, because we had no knowledge that the Road Dog was going to end up with 53 people that we had to give trophies to last year.
Got to give trophies to.
And that's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. And I don't know where we're at. That's something we need to talk about at the next
how many
sit
road
down
dogs?
Here, is how many road dogs we have. And I know there's quite a few, and there's some people that have blown up into the 20s this year in terms of tournaments they played in. But the ceremony, we're splitting it up to try to make everything even run smoother than it has even in the past.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll have some championship matches rolling not too far after we get through part 1 of the awards ceremony. The Adaptive Championships will then be played Friday later in the evening, the Bagmaster Quads, which is going to be a hell of a competition this year. Absolutely can't wait to see that one. And then the Lifer Championship match and the Doubles Championships on Friday. And all of that in service to getting us to ACO World Cornhole Day, the final Saturday of July every year, as deemed thusly back in, where was that? We're in South Columbia, South Carolina, was where it all began. And that is Championship Saturday. And the doors are going to open at 8. Singles championship bracket's going to get started. Tailgater championship brackets, because all of those tournaments will have run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yep. And remember, 2 teams come from each of those 32 qualifying matches to give us our 64 teams represented in the Tailgater Championships.
Going to be rolling. And then this is something that I'm really excited about. And this
breaking.
is the ACO Shields Tulsa Toss. Now, if you are from a certain part of the country and kind of south and west, you know what Shields is. I thought I knew what Shields was. I thought, oh, it's a sporting goods store. No, it's not. It's all of your favorite stores in one store, no matter what, and including some place to go eat.
Right.
This place is crazy. This Shields in Tulsa is partnering with us, and we are going to hopefully be bringing the local community in for this. This is the ACO Shields Tulsa Toss, and this is a tournament that's going to be open to the public. And we're going to be pushing between now and then to fill out as many courts as we can with local players. It's open to ACO players.
It's open to ACO players.
But I would love to see the entire community come together. And let's see what Tulsa is made of. And Shields is the perfect partner to do this with. Really excited about this.
100%. And then and there's going to be more to come where we'll give you details on how the tournament's going to be rolled out. We're going to give you details on the prizes, but there's going to be a lot of cool things tied to this. Look at that store.
See the Ferris wheel? That's inside. That's inside of Shields.
Insane, dude.
This place, I mean, the giant fish tank. They have scuba divers swimming around in that tank. I asked if I could get in there, but somebody showed a video of me getting into a hot tub once.
You were talking about the water displacement?
Yeah. It ended up burning out.
You were the one that said that.
Burning out the motor. But anyway, this place is a monster. And they're going to be partnering with us. They're going to be on site with us as well. Got lots of stuff that they're going to be giving away. They're going to be engaging and activating with us while we're in Tulsa. So if you know a bit about Shields, we'd love to hear your experience. But what a cool place and what a great partner. So that ACO Shields Tulsa Toss will start right around noon. And we will have that open to the public, as I mentioned. The opening ceremonies and the national anthem and the first pitch, all of the ceremonial stuff will begin around 5 o'clock. Tailgater Championship will follow. The awards ceremony will continue and wrap up there. Then we will get into the World's Singles Finals and crown our first ever Tulsa King or our first ever Tulsa Queen. And that's what we've been pushing. When we announced this, I think we announced it in Buffalo that we were going to be going to Tulsa. I was really excited about that announcement, just to be able to talk about Tulsa King and Tulsa Queen. But that right there is your first look at the world schedule. As we tweak or as we modify, again, the link that we texted to you today, bookmark that, and you will be able to get onto the world's page from your phone at the tip of your thumb, and you will be able to find everything that you need. And we'll keep, we'll have tacos between now and then, and we'll keep you updated as to things that might be changing. But just to have it right there at your fingertips is really what we wanted to be able to do. Yeah, Bagmaster Quads, Ski in the Sky, that's in there. Jack says, thank Christ I picked and bought the right flight. Shouldn't have been that hard to figure out. We didn't throw any huge monkey wrenches in there to try to make it so if you're playing in this, you need to be here on Monday, and on this, you need to be on Saturday, and you'd be sitting around with your thumb up your business between now and then. I've heard that that's been done different places, but we're not going to do that.
Making it easy as we can.
Sing Sing wants to see if the trapdoor really works. I don't think you do. Anyway, so that's your first look, and we will put this out. We will put the schedule out as you just saw it to the certified official directors within the ACO. They will then spread that out to you. We'll also put it in places where you can find it, but you'll be able to find it on the World's webpage coming up as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to mention on that before we go. Thank you again to Shields. The ACO Shields Tulsa Toss is going to be
I'm so excited about that, Finn. I got to tell you,
cool.
I mean, that's going to be awesome. I can't actually wait to see the store because I'm one of those that has not physically been into one of their stores yet. But the one in Tulsa is brand new. I think it's got almost more going than any of the other stores currently have going. It's got everything, man.
Well, and our discussions so far have been that they were going to come to where we are at the convention center to activate, but there's talk of us going to the store to activate and bringing some players with us to do some pretty cool stuff. So more as those details get hammered out, but it's really an opportunity to bring the community in. That's what they're all about. That's what we're all about. We talk about the ACO family. They talk about the Tulsa Shields family, and they mean it. And this place is phenomenal. So we will spend some time with them. There's some other partners in town that we're looking to set up some relationships as well. And as we continue to refine those pitches and get those sealed, we will let you know. But that is the last week of July. We still got 2 majors to get to, one of them being this weekend. And I know this is one of your favorites.
Oh, I love it, man. Margaritaville is down in Auburndale, Florida, is one of the best, man. And if you're somebody that has a camper, you should definitely come down to this place. If you don't have a camper, they got hell of the cabins on site, and they've got spots that you can actually rent campers. But there's plenty of hotels nearby. But what I love about it, a couple pools, tiki hut. There's a little miniature golf course there. Be prepared for the frogs and the eagle, and there's just lots of fun things down there.
A lot of nature.
Hopefully my boys will be there. OTT's usually in the house down there. They pull in usually and have a blast with us. The Klingers, I think, are going to be there. And I think AT's celebrating his 50th birthday.
He just celebrated a birthday. I was going to wish him a happy birthday here a moment ago. We know LaBelle's already there. He's already been in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. But this is the first time LaBelle's going to be down there for this, so I'm excited to share it with him. And I'm bringing my one son, Charlie, down, Finn. So he's driving the truck with me on down and going to be driving it back. I think he's flying his girlfriend down to have some fun with us. So it's a lot of fun. Margaritaville, if you haven't had a chance to get there, come this weekend. If you don't come this weekend, come next year, because I already know we're going to be back.
And the thing about when you look towards the end of the schedule and you see this one, the difference in this major and everything in front of it and everything behind it, which is one, is the word camp. And you nailed it. Campers, a place to hang out in a cabin, and it's just a whole different kind of vibe. It's all one big complex, and again, as you mentioned, all those different amenities. This is one that I've been wanting to get to, but unfortunately it didn't work out this year. I'm really aiming towards Punta Gorda. Hopefully I'll be able to do that one, but what a summer and spring it's turned out to be, and what a summer it is going to be. Now, again, the final major of the season. We wrap up the season every year. We've been fortunate to do it for a number of years. Branson, Missouri, as we made mention of a little while ago, is our final major and our final Pro Series skins competition. And what a pre-party we're going to have at Michael Ballard's Full Throttle Distillery and Bar and Grill. This place, you'll see the pictures there. It's just insane. The smokehouse grill, the different Sloon shines.
The Sloon shine stuff is going to be good, man. Like you pointed out earlier in the show, tons of flavors. What's your flavor?
I think I want to try the watermelon.
That's the watermelon's kind of jumped out at me.
I think there was a blueberry. I mentioned that. Harcrow says the pool is very nice at Camp Margaritaville.
No.
I just see him floating on his back, doing the little water fountain kind of thing out of there. Staying in the Cabana Cabins this year. Can't wait, says William Irvine. Awesome. Player of the season playoffs on Tuesday is wild, says Zach Dawson, referring to back when we went through the schedule there. Now, that said, let's get back to Branson. The right there on the corner, you can't miss it. It'll be, if you come down, at the moment you come down to be part of the major, you'll know exactly where we're going to be partying. Again, their happy hour rolls 3 to 6. And so we'll look to get out there, throw some bags. We've got a board set up there, but really kind of a cool way to get in on the ground floor, literally, of a brand new facility there with
100%.
The Full Throttle Saloon Shop. And this is the Full Throttle that you've seen that was on the, I think it was TNT, had the show Full Throttle Saloon with Jesse Dupree from Jackal and Michael Ballard and the Flaunt Girls and the whole thing. Same Full Throttle Saloon. And it's just an extension of their brand. And I would tell you the one thing, I've known Michael. I don't know that he would say that he knows me, but I've met him and know enough about him through common friends and whatnot. The one thing about that guy is if you get a chance to meet him, you wouldn't even know it was him. He might just pop down and sit down at your table or come up and just slap you on the back and say, hey, whatever. The word that sums up Michael Ballard in a nutshell is authentic. And I think that's what you'll find with this place. I've seen video tours of it. You can see some of the photos and different things online, but you will find this to be authentic and very cool and another great addition to what's going on down there on the waterfront down in Branson. So looking forward to that. Obviously, our fifth and final, and I want to go back and look at this too. Our fifth and final Pro Series skins. Do you remember who's won all the Pro Series skins from this season?
I have no idea.
Really?
Tell me.
All right, I'll tell you the place, and you tell me the person. Spooky Nook.
Well, let me tell you the place, and you go to this person.
I already know.
I don't have a clue. I can't remember them all.
Spooky Nook?
Yeah, who won that one?
Isaac Hurt.
Okay.
Okay. South Bend.
Let me cheat.
South Bend. This one, I might have missed this one. I would, if you had asked me who won South Bend, I might have missed this one.
Who? I'm going with who because I don't have a guess. Isaac Hurt.
Douglas Parker.
I was going to guess Parker. I did think that.
Owensboro at the Super Major.
Hurt.
Braden Easterling. Well, we didn't have a repeat.
See, you're educating me again.
All right. Shreveport. You have to know this one.
Who won Shreveport? Why did he chime in? He's over there.
That's true. You have a microphone.
You have a microphone. Tell me who won Shreveport. You were sitting there at the table. It's hot. It's hot, baby.
Ass.
Give me who won it.
Parker Burgett. All right, so
I do now remember that.
Now, last year,
every time you say him, then I'm like, oh yeah,
of course.
It's just like my wife when she says, "Oh, that's your kid's birthday." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is my kid's birthday."
My microphone won't work.
That's my kid. Oh, well, your ass. But last year, think about it. I mean, we talked about this. Caleb won the first one in Charleston.
Yeah.
Then it was Tyler Amos.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Isaac Hurt. Then it was Brandon Earls. That's one you may or may not remember. Then it was Doug Parker. So Doug is doubled up here in the past two seasons.
So what you're saying is it's very hard to win more than one Pro Series. But Douglas Parker seems to be a guy that does really well during these things. As a matter of fact,
Parker won Branson last year, yeah. And then Jonathan Nail, as we made mention of, won the kind of the big bucks buy-in at the World Championships, which we are going to be doing again. And how many players are we going to max it out at?
32.
Buy in 32.
We're going to do it 32 again.
And we'll do Pick Your Poison again because people seem to love that. We haven't had the poison pill or the buyer's remorse as much the last couple as we did the first few. But we're also going to gather all the broadcasters again. We're going to draft teams, I do believe, kind of fantasy teams. We need you in on that if we can find you. All kinds of good stuff planned for the World Championships. But we'll find out who is going to take our final Pro Series Skins Championship in Branson, Missouri here at the end of the season. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. I think that really, I mean, aside from reminding you that Punta Gorda is coming up and that 3-day festival is like no other. It's like nothing else we do. It has a $20,000 weekend purse.
It really is
tied to
special,
it.
man. And I hope we can just get the ACO crowd and family down there to really support it because I want this thing to be around a decade from now.
Yeah.
And we need to just get good love, good support down there because the people that have been down there in the years past, I think have really enjoyed themselves. It's grown over the last couple of years. I just hope it grows enough this year that the city wants to re-embrace bringing the ACO back there because
Battle of the Bags.
It is a great event.
Tiki Toss, the Harborside Challenge, I think, on that final day, $20,000.
I mean, there's crews that have gone down there. Bag companies have taken their players down there or whatever. They've gone fishing. They've gone golfing. They've gone to the beach. They've gone to the bars and the restaurants. And, I mean, it's just a lot of fun.
And I'm gonna take my ACO hat off for a moment. And I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Everybody always talks about, I really want something different. I want something fun to do. There's a certain part of the rote of how the things run and this and that. It would really be cool to do something different. If you're one of those people and you haven't been to this, and I include myself in this group, you can't say another word until you realize it's a 3-day tournament. The gameplay starts in the afternoon. 2 different venues, a backup for weather, $20,000 on the line, and it's outside the season. It's like a vacation, truly a vacation to wrap up your year. If you haven't done this, not another word, including from me. That's why I've got to go this year. I got to shut my pie hole.
Finn, I don't know. I think you and I were on the phone the other day with Kim Jackson. I think we were talking to Kim Jackson. And she said to us, quote me or tell me if I'm quoting her wrong, but she said it was like the hidden gem that nobody knows about in the ACO. She said it's one of the most special tournaments that the ACO runs that the majority of people aren't paying attention to.
Yeah, and I think
Or
because
paying
it's
enough attention to it.
I was going to say, because it's outside the season, it almost seems like it's not real. It is super real and super payout, great fun. And again, that's why I'm trying to get down there this year so I can kind of take my own advice and shut up about it. But if you talk about something to be created that's totally different, but still right in that wheelhouse of something that you want to do, this is it. This is the thing. It doesn't get any bigger and differenter. Is that a word? Than this.
And I mean, it's a month, before the World Championship.
Yeah.
So there's a whole month that goes by before the World Championships comes up.
Yeah. So anyway,
Great way to end the season. I love it.
Yeah, that's my plea, and it's outside the competition with regard to points earning and everything else. It's just a great way to celebrate your love of cornhole and an opportunity to get out and do something in a place. And we call it the Gulf Coast Classic because that is our intent, is to make this a classic that is there every single year. We absolutely love the Twisted Fork folks, and certainly the 4 Point Sheridan team that welcomes us in each and every year. So that's my appeal. I'm going to take my own advice. I didn't actually take my ACO hat off to do that because the lights might shine off the top of my head. No, I got hair up there. But we did what we said we were going to do, and hopefully you do what you say you're going to do, and that's get out and do it to it. You can see the schedule here very soon posted for you again as we make changes. Make sure you bookmark that link that you got texted to you. If you did get it, the text, throw it in the comments. Let us know that you got it, because we want to make sure that when you opted in for that you were able to get what we told you you would get. Thanks to all of you who were paying such close attention. We appreciate the time. Philip Barnett has got to sneak in here. Oh, and by the way, this weekend, speaking of Kim Jackson, I believe they're going to be in Camp Margaritaville.
Yep.
And the reason that I know that is because we spoke with her. But she's also going to be taking on a little bit of a different role in the coming season for us. And all I'm going to say is practice saying cheese and practice getting ready to be on video, because she is going to be capturing a lot of, as you've seen with Chad and Kim's Cornhole Adventure, she's going to be capturing some other sight sounds and vibes on the ACO. And I have a feeling Camp Margaritaville is going to be one fun test drive for that. So we look forward to that. Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, is going to wrap things up here with his picks for the weekend. And as always, again, thoughts and vibes out to those of you affected by the weather. I know he's going to throw a little shout out here as well. But let's leave it in the hands of the Mississippi Ninja. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. He is Frank Geers, the Cornhole Dude. And on the other side of him reminding you of this, we'll catch up with Phil.
Keep on pitching.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Fill. This week we are headed to Auburndale, Florida for Camp Margaritaville. This will be my first time down there. I can't wait. Hey, real quick, I want to take time out, man. Everybody send your thoughts and prayers out to Timothy Hodgkin. He's worked for Rob Cooksey, and tornado took him out of his house, broke his neck, vertebrae. Make sure we keep Turtle in our prayers. Now, let's get on my picks here. For women, I'm going to go with Kim Jackson to take this field down, but Kennedy Meinke's in here. You know, they've been vying back and forth who's going to get the most wins. Kim Jackson this week. And juniors, Isaac Hurt to take this field down, but this is a loaded juniors field with Riley Brewster, Lonnie Campos in this field. And seniors, I'm going with Michael Hoaxing. Hadn't seen Michael in a while. He'll be in this field in seniors, but watch out for Scott Harper and Junior Williams here. In co-ed, I'm going to go with the team of Sebastian Barger teaming up with Kennedy Meinke, but watch out for the Jacksons, Kim and Chad. In doubles, I'm going with the team of Josh Holland and Cannon Culberson. Watch out for both these guys in singles, too. And in singles, I'm going with Isaac Hurt to take that field down, but watch out for Sebastian Barger, who's throwing at a very high level right now. And that's going to be my picks this week for Time to Fill. If you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.